Every day, Louisa and Upa pore over their building plans and discuss further steps with the workers. 2 floors and 4 bedrooms make the building shell already stand out here. It's the kind of house that's usually found in the white suburbs of Johannesburg. But Louisa and Upa didn't want to move there, so they're tearing down their old home and building a new one in its place.
I need to develop this area so that our children can be proud of the area. Our neighbors can feel more confidence, saying, you know what, there's no need for us to move and stay at the Sunshine. So Soweto is a better place.
Soweto is a very busy township. During the weekend, you'll find people going to clubs, going to these restaurants, going to the malls. So it accommodates all classes.
Louisa and Upa are better off than most here. They both have good jobs. He works at the bank and she's in school administration. They're part of the black middle class that has grown steadily over the last 15 years. Soweto is in flux as well. The township has evolved into a city, complete with shopping malls and modern homes, at least for some. Despite the emerging middle class, Soweto has remained a poor black neighbourhood. Many are happy if they manage to get any work at all. Enoch has been surviving on odd jobs for the last 10 years. This shed in a former mine workers' building is his home. 10 people live here in cramped quarters, like during the Apartheid era. Back then there were clear divisions. Black meant poor and white rich. Enoch's world has become more complex, but not necessarily better.
They've left us behind. When you look over there, you can really see the difference. Us down here and them up there. They live like white people, white on the inside, black on the outside. They have money and they've left us behind.
Coconuts. It's a word some people here use for black people who are seen to be living white lifestyles. People like Louisa, the school inspector from Soweto. Louisa says this class is much too big, too many students. She's going to inspect it personally today. In the end, she approves an additional teaching position. That's her responsibility at the school authority. She believes education is the only way out of poverty. She's experienced it personally. She's worked her way up from being a teacher for 20 years to being a school inspector. South Africa's middle class is growing steadily. A third of the population of around 50 million belongs to it. The official definition of a middle-class person is one who has a disposable income of more than €2 a day.
Here is the marketplace where I can buy meat, vegetables, and also there is some shops there, Mr. Price, the butcher. Cash build is there for the materials that I'm using now, clicks. So I usually buy here my vegetables.
Louisa shops at the market because it's cheaper than in a supermarket, and also because it fits better to her lifestyle. If she knew some people called her a coconut, she would be insulted. Soweto is her home, even though she could afford to live in Johannesburg. It's Saturday afternoon. This is Vilakazi Street in Soweto. Nelson Mandela lived here once. And this is where the two worlds meet. Those who work in Soweto and those who've broken out and made it in the white-dominated corporate world.
Monday to Friday, yes, business forces us to be there. Okay? But weekends, you will find us here. Why? You ask the question. The community. people in Soweto are very close. You know, if I don't have a soap, I can go to my neighbor's house and ask for soap or salt or a tea bag. That's how Sowetans are.
And you can't do that in Sandton?
You can't do that in Sandton. The wall is too high. Anyway.
It's a world of high security fences and walls. Louisa says that has no place in Soweto. The people here, she says, are simply different.
Even at overseas, you can pinpoint somebody from Soweto. In fact, we are the trendsetters of... Yeah.
Sunday breakfast at Louisa's. They've rented an apartment till their new home is finished. It's cramped, but they'll all be moving out in 3 weeks. Each of the kids will have their own room. And that's in the middle of Soweto. The new house has also brought new problems. Louisa and Upa have to think about security and an electric fence. They're issues South Africa's middle class grapples with.
Since we've renovated this house, we are we become the public target. Because people, they want to know, where did you get money to renovate? Because we are working just like them. We go to town in the morning, we come back, like 4 or 5 coming back home. Now the question that they always ask themselves, but this is a young couple, they're still young. How do they manage?
The aspiring middle class has wrought deep changes in Soweto. For this church too. Sunday Mass no longer draws as many people as it once used to. It's the same complaint that's heard in the white suburbs.